Why is that important in a work environment?
Yeah. I think the first thing that he said that I totally agree with is a little bit of a debunking of what the definition of creativity is. But I think what he said, I'm not going to get it exactly right, but it was something like you're taking two things that are already out there and putting them together in a new way. That's an oversimplification. But I think we often think creating something is creating it out of scratch, like just it's never been done before. I guess that maybe is true, but it's just something that has like never existed or it's out of nowhere. But I think he says it in the book that he's talking about how you're thinking about things in a new way. You're bringing together concepts, like he brought together his love of art and Walt Disney and his computer engineering background. And he had this dream of somehow creating computer movies, basically. And that was the very simple version of Pixar. And that was when he was a kid. And this was back in the, I don't know, what was it, like in the 50s, maybe 60s, probably, maybe further back. I don't know. So I don't think he gave a year, but so that was, I think, one thing that was helpful.
He's probably listening to this right now and he's going, I'm 38. Oh, old do you think?
Yeah, exactly. So I think outside the box thinking, I think can be really good for business. Number one, I think it can save money. If we're just talking in the existing business, like it can be more efficient. It can save the company money and time and effort and energy and all those things. I think the other thing, especially in our world of financial wellness, is there are a lot of people talking about finances all over the place. Tons of people, tons of tips, many of the same tips said the same way by different people. And so trying to find ways to be different, having a differentiator. Every company to some level has to have a differentiator or you're not going to last very long. So I think in our case, that's the takeaway I had was we're trying to use things that are out there, like all the tools are in the tool belt, but now we're going to try to put them together or use them in different ways than another person has used them. And that was a helpful way of deconstructing kind of this nebulous term creativity and just putting it into kind of brass tacks or practical words or a definition that was, okay, it's not as out there as you think. I think it can be scary. It can be unknown. It can feel like a waste of time and energy, and it can be viewed like that. But when you're just thinking about innovation, taking things that are already there that everybody knows about and putting them together in different ways to create something new that somebody hasn't experienced before, and then there ends up hopefully being demand for that, then that's cool. That's something that's worth pursuing and can actually be very efficient if you're doing it that way.